Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. We're going to work on strengthening our willpower today. Darryl Bumpass Sr. joining here, is world-renowned author, coach, speaker, you name it, he does it. We're excited to have him back. It's Darryl Bumpass Sr., so that's DarrylBumpassSR.com. That's his website, or just Google him. You'll find him. He has so much experience, clearly, with what he does, and he's helping to influence more people each and every day. And he's back with us live today. Welcome.
Hello, Jill. I'm happy to be back. Happy belated Mother's Day.
Yes, happy. Thank you so much. It was great. How was yours?
It was great. It was nice. It's always good to show your appreciation to the amazing women that's around you.
Hey, I'm excited to have you here. Yes. So please, what did you do for Mother's Day? Anything special?
It was we actually enjoyed it or celebrated the weekend prior. We was in Charleston, South Carolina, so we got to enjoy a nice getaway, stay away, I guess that's what it's called. So we was able to go to Charleston and enjoy the culture and the food and the company that was in Charleston, South Carolina.
Never been. I'm dying to take my kids there, but is it somewhere I'm better off going by myself if they're too little? What should I do?
No. It caters to everyone. It's very family oriented. It's if you're single, if you have a family, if you're just a couple, you can. It's across the spectrum. You will enjoy it. And the I believe it's called Folly Beach. It's one of the best
Oh
beaches
my
that you
gosh,
want to go
Folly Beach. My friend was just down there. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. They tried
It's a
describing it
must.
to me as like Fire Island, like I'm in New York, but it's a fire
Yeah,
island, and they said it's
right.
amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, yeah. And there is a restaurant that we went to. I'm not going to plug it, but they're not. Well, you know what? Go ahead. It was a really nice restaurant. They have several great restaurants, and one of them restaurants is called Coogan's Porch. It's made out of a brownstone, and the environment, the people, the staff, and everyone is excellent. So I look forward to going back there.
Oh, good. I'm
Yeah,
excited to try it myself one of these days. Good.
yeah, it's a
So, what did you
must.
want to talk about today? Was it willpower?
Yeah, I would like to talk to our listeners about willpower, about facing our fears, and about embracing this is your year instead of waiting for the year to come to you. I want you to go out and embrace the year because so many people are dealing with depression and dealing with the uncertainty. And instead of embracing uncertainty and dealing and embracing the depressions that's going on, I want us to start embracing our assignments, start embracing how we can become more productive in our lives. So in order to do that, we have to strengthen our willpower. And here are several tips I like to share with our listeners on how to do that.
Yeah.
First one would be meditation. I believe we spoke about this in our previous episodes. Meditation. Take 10 minutes out of your day and you'll give yourself some time to just meditate, to just release and relax the negative energy, get the negative energy out of your mind. And how do I clear all of this busyness that's going in my mind or so?
Wow.
Again, I always talk about developing mantras. If you can't develop a mantra, then just think of something that will take you away from the bad things that's going on in your home or in your life or in your career and start focusing on the good things. And I spoke before about creating those positive strips. Find that quiet place in your home where that you can start creating a positive strip, things that you have found joy in your life. And you'll find yourself thinking more, incorporating more of that, and thinking more of that than thinking of the negative things that is going on in your life. I said it in our previous episode before that try using I'm so happy and grateful for everything that I have and everything that I need.
True.
everything that I have and everything that I need, instead of focusing on the things that you are lacking.
Mm-hmm.
So start spending some time meditating. Meditating will give you a much more faster results to your willpower. In addition to your workouts, it will increase your energy. It will increase your focus. It will increase your productivity. But take some time. It's a very important tool to use in your daily routine. Take some time out and find some quiet time where you can just relax and calm yourself, calm your nerves.
Yeah.
If you can turn off, which is one of the very important things I like to instruct or advise my clients, my life coaching clients to use, is turn your phone off. Turn your phone off. Some people may say, well, Darryl, I'm too busy. I can't turn my phone off. I have kids, I have things. So pick that time in your schedule. Maybe at the end of the day. I would prefer maybe at the beginning of the day, so that way you can invest in yourself before you start investing in everyone else. As they always say, put the oxygen mask on yourself first. So the first thing you do when you get up in the morning, even if you have to get up maybe a half an hour prior before everyone else, put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Do that meditation, but turn the phone off, because
Mm-hmm.
the phone is inviting so much negativity into your life. And if it's possible, start creating that positive wheelhouse, that positive, like-minded group, that wellness group that's going to check on you.
Yeah.
These are the tools that we can use to start building our willpower. In addition to that, next tip would be your language. Be conscious, be aware of the language that you're speaking, not the negativity, not the negative language about that I can't, and why me?
Yeah.
Why did this happen to me? I don't deserve this. And maybe you don't, but I would like for you to start concentrating on the positive language,
Mm-hmm.
that I can get through this.
Yeah.
I can get through this. This is nothing.
Yeah.
So I want you to start thinking of your positive language and eliminating the negative language.
True.
Another tip is to start prioritizing your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we build our willpower. Start prioritizing your thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
such as the negative thoughts that you are thinking.
Yeah.
Replace it with the positive thoughts.
Yeah.
These are easy steps that we can use, we can implement into our daily life starting today. Start replacing it with positive thoughts.
Positive. Mm-hmm.
And congratulate yourself. Congratulate yourself and say that I'm proud of myself for what I have accomplished and what I have achieved up to this point. I didn't come this far to give up now.
Mm-hmm.
I know life throws a lot of things at us from time to time, but you didn't come this far to come this far. You came this far to see how far you have to go.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Another tip is to start facing your fears. Start facing your fears. I know that I had fears in my life, and I continue to have fears in my life. I get nervous before even our show, Jill.
Oh, no, you don't.
But that's great. That's a great feeling. That means that I'm alive.
Yeah.
That's excitement I'm feeling for the show.
Yeah.
So redirecting that nervous energy into excitement.
Yeah.
The fear can easily say that I'm going to allow Mr. and Mrs. Distraction to take up real estate in my mind and say, well, maybe we should cancel this show. Maybe I should think of so many excuses why I shouldn't be on the show. But that's just fear and Mr. and Mrs. Distraction talking to me. But I'm able to become self-aware and say that this is just Mr. and Mrs. Distraction trying to get me out of my assignment. So I need to face my fears.
True. Now is the time.
Now is the time.
Mhm. Got me
You have a
singing.
great
Yep.
voice, Jill.
Oh, I have a horrible voice. No, that just slipped. It was an old song. Yep. Yep. It's
Yeah.
true though. Yeah.
And what I would like to say to everyone also was that this is your year. This is your year. Increase your willpower. Talk to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Tell yourself that this is your year. When you find yourself walking past that mirror, wherever it is, if it's in Home Goods, if it's in Bed Bath and Beyond, if it's in your home, when you see that reflection, I want you to look in that reflection, see that mirror, look into that mirror and say, this is my year. This is my year. And I will not allow anything and anyone to interfere with it.
Aw.
This is how you build your willpower. You have so many other contributing factors that are things are going on in your life that are telling you that this is not your year.
Yeah.
But I'm here to tell you,
Aw.
they're lying to you. This is your year. Every year is your year.
Mm-hmm.
If you start today, this time next year, you will thank yourself.
Aw.
So I'll go more into why I can speak to this point
Sure.
about facing your fears and
Mm-hmm.
about this is your year. But I dare you to challenge yourself. I dare you to step out of your own way. I dare you to step into your blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
I ask you, do you have the courage to go after your dreams? Do you have the courage to follow it through? Do you have the courage to book your session at darrylbumpassenior.com? Do you have the courage to invest in my books at amazon.com? If you need to contact me, you can reach me across social media platform at Darryl Bumpass.
Love it. You're perfect. He's so well schooled. He did exactly what I had to do. I was going to ask you all that. Yeah. Perfect. And we can reach out to you, offer a free consultation, right?
Yes.
Always a great thing. Thank you. What else do you have for willpower for us today?
Yeah. So as I stated, is this time next year, you will thank yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I found myself last year not being able to get off the couch.
Yeah.
I found myself to a point where I was almost crawling
Mm-hmm.
to get anywhere around my home, walking with a cane. This was the result of COVID. Now I visit the minimum of 30 doctors
Mm-hmm.
to try to figure out what was going on with my body.
Wow.
And not most of the doctors could not tell me what was going on.
Yeah.
And some of them, or most of them, so the doctors are in practice. That's what they do. Doctors have a practice,
Yeah.
right? And they practice on us. Not all doctors. I don't want doctors to feel like I have any bad taste for them or anything, but I'm just speaking about my journey, about my experience.
Mm-hmm.
So after visiting several doctors and no one could really pinpoint or come up with a diagnosis, and mind you, some people may say, well, maybe because of you had pre-existing
Conditions.
conditions.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the case because the only
Mm-hmm.
pre-existing condition I've had has been Bell palsy. So none of that affected what I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
This stemmed from the results of having COVID. So after going to several doctors, I ended up doing my own research and I went to several different other doctors and I found that what it was that the COVID had began attacking my joints.
Oh.
Now, I didn't suffer from arthritis. I haven't been on any medications in all my life. I've been pretty proactive and with pretty much being taking care of my body and doing it with proactive and pre-maintenance, making sure that I would stay in health because of the simple fact of the history of my family, dealing with cancer and diabetes and high blood pressure and all these other things. So I tried to make sure, and I'm conscious and aware of taking care of my body. So with that being said, I ended up doing my own research and finding that I went to a joint clinic and finding that the COVID was attacking my joints. So I ended up going to get what they call hyaluronic acid shots.
Wow.
But while I was going through this, uh, I got choked up for a minute, so because it
Oh,
was really personal for me. So while I was experiencing this hardship, I told myself when I was laying on the couch and I could not make it up to my bedroom that I will get through this.
yeah.
This has nothing to do with my destination.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with my destiny. So I faced my fears and I told myself this time next year,
Mm,
this time next year, this time next year.
yeah.
And here I am to say that I'm on this amazing podcast with the beautiful Jill
No, no, no. Don't say that. You're
from
sweet.
because I said to myself this time last year, I faced my fear. I got out my own way. I looked for the tools that will help me get here to be in the position to share this day and spend this day with Jill. And hopefully, I was able to also help myself put the oxygen mask on myself so that I can be here today to help others.
Yeah.
So I look forward to hearing from you.
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. You are so on a roll today. You are spot on. How was your weekend? I guess it was really good because it gave you like this whole I don't know, new insight. Charleston's got some I don't know, got some magic.
Yeah, Charleston was great. Charleston was great. I was lucky. I was honored to be invited by Fox 24 News in Charleston. So it was a little business and pleasure. And Charleston is an amazing city with amazing history. I didn't have enough time to go on the tours, but I will be back soon. And this is another thing I want to say to people because this is something that that came to me while I was there. When people talk about they would like to build businesses, and this is some of my entrepreneurs that I'm speaking to that would like to build businesses, to like to have a great um, life for themselves and build a great future for their families. What are you willing to do to get to that point? What are you willing to do to reach your goals? Are you willing to take a 5 hour drive for a 5 minute meeting?
Yeah.
Most people will say, no, I'm not going to do that, Jill.
Mm-hmm.
So before you decide to take the next step in your chapter, I want you to be honest with yourself and say, what am I willing to do to get there? What am I willing to do? What am I willing to sacrifice to reach my goals? What am I really willing to sacrifice to become the best version of myself?
Mm-hmm.
And be honest with yourself when you answer these questions.
Yeah.
And as I stated before, if you do it now, your future self will thank you. So
Yeah.
reach out to me at darrylbumpassenior.com for life coaching sessions and to purchase or invest in my books. You can go to darrylbumpassenior.com and amazon.com and also social media platform at Darryl Bumpass Senior.
And don't forget, you need income, not a job. One of his many books out there talks about the importance of supporting yourself, being sustainable, and doing something you love. But yeah, because a lot of us have jobs that we don't like. I mean, I don't now. I like my job, but I have had jobs in the past, or else I'd be fired right now by saying that live on the air. No, but really, we had jobs that we had to do, but at the same time, we didn't want to. But yeah, it's about that income, doing
Right.
something you love and passion. And if there's something you think, well, I don't know what I'd like to do for work. What? Here's a perfect example. We have this generation coming up now. My niece, she's 16, and she's a smart girl. Her sister is 18, just is going to college now. She says, "Okay, I'm ready now. I can get my first job, but I don't want to work with people. I don't like people." I looked at her, and she's a little bit on the spectrum. She's very smart and brainy, but she's not very social. She doesn't have good social skills. And I was like, and then I thought about it. I said to her mom, my sister-in-law, I'm like, what is she gonna do? Because she's not good with people. But she's like, I'm ready to work. But what type of job? And this is the generation that's also used to being at home on the tablets, on the social media. It's more about they want to make their schedule when they want to make their schedule, which to me doesn't work in the real world. But is the real world really going to change and accommodate this? So, what would you tell a teenager who is saying she was ready for her first job and she means it, she wants to work, but she doesn't want to work with people? How do you handle something like that to coach someone through that? To you coach them to be better with people? You coach them to find what jobs can you have that you don't work with people?
Yeah, that's first I would tell her congratulations.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
first
wants, right?
congratulations, because we've grown up on a tradition that go to school and go out and get a job.
Yep.
But she's already coming into her entrepreneurial spirit.
Mm-hmm.
She's coming into her entrepreneurial frame of mind. So I would embrace that. I would nurture that. I would tell her congratulations first for even wanting to take this step,
Got it. Mm-hmm.
right? And then I would concentrate or focus on what I do with my clients also is focus on her strengths. Not what she can't do, not what she don't want to do, but to focus on her strengths. And her strengths, she's saying that my strength is working. I'm a introvert, not an extrovert.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
believe it or not, some of the greatest minds, such as Zuckerberg,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
an introvert, Steve Jobs, an introvert. So I would tell her, I would work with her and making sure that she would focus on what her strengths are and find what fields that she can um, work in, that can use her strengths. Not everyone is as lucky as Jill that can be in front of a camera, that has that talent that can be in front of a camera or so. Not saying that this is something that she may not want to do down the road, but for
Mm-hmm.
right now, I would speak to or align, get in line with the things that she's discussing that she wants to do, and I would embrace that. So I
Mm-hmm.
would make sure that she can find the spaces, the fields, the groups that she can belong to, that she feels welcome, where that she can work on the things in the back office,
Yeah.
such as graphics, graphic designs. We have people that host the back office of your website. You have what we call a company called Fiverr.com with so many entrepreneurs and freelance
Mm-hmm.
contractors that are on there that do amazing work,
Yeah.
but they're doing it behind the scenes. So first, I applaud her for even knowing, for right now, if she sees that as a weakness, that she doesn't want to work with people or be in the front. Some people, I'm a social person. I believe Jill is a social person. Not everyone is social people. It's a social people.
Mm-hmm.
So work on their strengths.
Yeah.
And that's what I would suggest to her, is that I would look at things that I can do and that I can help others become better by working behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
We have cameramen in studios that work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We have PR people that work. I have an amazing PR team that works behind the scenes. They don't want to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
But
Got
their
it.
strength is getting me and making me become the best version of myself, helping me build my strength.
Beautiful.
So that would be my suggestion, Jill.
Thank you so much. All right. Darryl Bumpass Sr. I love it. She's on the right path. She knows what she wants. That means she's going to be an entrepreneur. We got to work on that now. It's time to
Yes.
find out what her real interests are. Thanks for that suggestion.
Yes.
Darryl Bumpass Sr., look him up. Go to the website. Find him. Amazon, his books. He's everywhere. He's a speaker. He's an influencer. Just Google his name. You'll find everything you need. Thank you for today's insight on and wisdom. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jill.
Bye-bye,
I
Darryl.
appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Ditto.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.